Hey guys, welcome to week 2, day 3. Congratulations on making it 10 days through this 30-day challenge. Today we're going to challenge our bodies in just a little bit different way. We're going to try to hold for longer and have fewer repetitions. Just like every other day, if you find yourself unable to hold while lifted off the ground for the entire duration, that's perfectly fine. Just set yourself down and continue the engagement, pulling your hips backward. That's the most important part of the engagement here, and that's what's really going to focus on building our transverse abdominis muscle. So today we're going for 2.25 minutes. We're going to try that out in 3 45-second repetitions. So we'll see how long we can hold. It's been a while since I held that long in block prep too. So we'll see how it goes. Just be where you are today. If you need to set yourself down, that's perfectly fine. And if you're not able to complete the full 45 seconds, that's fine too. You can complete these exercises throughout the course of your day. You can spread it over more than one day. The most important part is showing up for yourself and having a positive attitude that supports your own growth. So let's go ahead and get started. Stretch out our wrists a little bit. I've been working on a computer all day, so it feels really good to move my hands and my wrists in a different way. Just finding what feels good. Getting yourself a little stretch. You can point and flex the toes, roll the ankles around, just get the body ready to be engaged, the blood flowing a little bit. And then when you're ready, when you feel good, ready to start, get your blocks, hop on your mat, and we'll go ahead and start our first 45-second hold. Pressing down, pulling those hips back. You can close your eyes and focus on how that engagement feels in your core. Think about pulling those hips back as far as you can. It doesn't matter how high you lift up off the ground or if you're lifted at all. The most important part here is that engagement that pulls those hips back, and so we want to focus on that. More on what it feels like than what it looks like. Patience is speed here. The more patient you are in building a firm and solid foundation for your body to grow on, the better all of your postures are going to go. The more balanced you're going to be and the better your body's going to feel. So focus on what it feels like in that engagement. We're almost there, almost through the first one. And rest. Whew. I really felt that one. It's interesting how the sensation changes as you hold things longer. You start finding different ways your body engages. I start finding ways that my body tries to cheat a little bit. I'll try to start kind of muscling into my shoulders or pull my hips forward. That's totally normal. Your body's trying to alleviate that tension and that discomfort. But just know that that discomfort is acceptable. It's an important part of yoga to learn that discomfort is acceptable and learn the line between discomfort and pain. So just keep that in mind as you work through these exercises. You don't want to be experiencing pain, but discomfort is how we grow. Whew. Let's take a little breather after that one. I can feel my heart rate elevated. Those deep breaths feel so good. Really feeling it in the hip flexors today too. You can stretch those out like we've done previously, sitting back on your feet. You can lean back, stretch the front. If you need more of a stretch in your hip flexors, if you've got a little bit more flexibility in your legs and your knees, you can scooch your feet out and lean back into a hero pose variation. That'll give you a nice deeper stretch here in your quads and your hip flexors. If you can't come back onto your elbows or your back, that's perfectly fine. What you don't want to do is experience any sharp pain in your knee. So if you start getting into this position and you feel some sharp pain in your knee, just come on out of it and bring your feet back under your bum. You don't need to push yourself to the point of pain. It won't help. We'll just have to recover from injury then. So just be where you are today. If blocks help you with this, you can do that too. Set back a little bit. Let's take some deep breaths here. Thank ourselves for showing up today. We made it, we're doing it, we're growing, we're improving, we're expanding. Making the world a better place by making our minds and our bodies a better place to inhabit. It all starts with us. you're ready, you feel like you've had enough of a break, let's hop on back and go for our second rep. Only 3 today if we can hold them for 45 seconds. But like we said before, feel free to arrange it any way you need for the exercise to facilitate your growth. Don't feel limited by the structure of the exercise. Okay, ready? Number 2. Pushing down, pulling the hips back, pulling them back, pulling them back. My shoulders are rounding a bit here. That's okay. The most important part is pulling those hips back. Eventually you'll start pushing down further into your hands, and that will crawl your shoulders down a little bit further away from your ears, and you'll squeeze your lat muscles in your back, and that'll pull your shoulders down and back further. But the most important part is the engagement and the TVA here. So be sure that no matter what your shoulders are doing, your hips are being pulled back. So don't judge yourself based on the shape. Don't think about what anybody else looks like. This is about what it feels like to be in your body and how we make you stronger on an individual level. Almost there. Oh, okay, 2. Ooh, those long holds are tough. Oh, you're doing great. Even if you didn't hold up that entire 45 seconds, even if you held up 10 seconds or 1 second, you're doing great because you're showing up and you're growing. No matter what you're doing in these exercises, you're growing past the point you were before, and that is something to celebrate, something to be proud of. So pat yourself on the back and thank yourself every step of the way. It'll help keep you going. You can do another little stretch here in between. Let our heart rate settle down a little bit. You can come up into a lunge. You can also just lay down and take a little shavasana or a child's pose in between. It's totally fine. You just lay there on the floor and go, oh my gosh, I made it. That's perfectly fine. It's okay to let those emotions out. It's okay to let that out. This gives you a really nice stretch through the front of your back leg. So in this case, the right leg. All through here on our quadricep, up to our hip flexor. We get a nice stretch here in this crease. Those are working hard in those L-sits to help lift your legs up with your TVA. So stretch them out, give them some space. Okay. 1 more to go. You can do anything for 45 seconds, right? So we've been saying about 30, so we've got this. Pushing down, pulling back, maybe closing your eyes and focusing on that sensation, that pulling back feeling. If your quads are cramping, it's okay to point the toes. If your calves are cramping, it's okay to pull them back. Just be where you are today. Feel the body shaking, feel that blood pulsing through the veins. That's our prana, our life force, energy waking up in the body. It's a wonderful thing to wake up the body. It's good for us, keeps us healthy, makes us strong. Feeling the shake. We're almost there. Pull those hips back a little bit further. How far can we go? Oh, and setting down. Ah, feels good to finish. Whew. Definitely feeling the heart rate after those. I'm proud of you guys. Thank you so much for showing up here with me on your mat. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself every day and putting the time in. No matter how your positions look compared to anybody else's, you're doing that work for you. You are an individual, and your body and your history is different than anybody else's in the whole world. So let it be okay. Let it be easy. Thanks again, guys.